Good morning, everyone, and welcome to my kitchen. It is a damp, cold, rainy day. We are starting the freezer cooking, and this is freezer cooking beginning. We are going to have a video each week where I'm going to be making freezer meals, and it's going to be bulk cooking. Today we are going to be making chicken, and we're going to shred it up, and then we're going to add black beans, and we are going to be making a chili base, or it could be for tacos, enchiladas, even bean soup, chicken soup. And this will be number one as far as in the course of all of these meals. This will be the easiest one. We're going to take our crock pot, we're going to take the chicken, and it's going to cook for a couple hours. So let's get started. Working on chicken, I like to have the crock pot on high. Simply because we're cooking poultry. I don't like poultry sitting in the crock pot a whole lot of time. That's on low. And now I had some leftover frozen, some tomatoes, some peppers, a little bit of onions. I'm just going to add this to it, just to give it some more flavoring. All right, that's what it looks like. Now we're just going to close the lid. All right, that's what it looks like. I think it looks really good. We have a little bit of onion in there, we have flavoring, and we're just gonna cook this until we can shred the chicken. Because of the lack of freezer space, everything that I do with my freezer cooking is going to be using freezer bags. Mostly I will be using gallon bags, but I will be using quart today because we don't need that much chicken in one. So what I'm going to do is prepare the black beans, and then also I am going to prepare the bags, get everything ready for when the chicken is done. When I got all that food, our neighbor gave us 8 pounds of black beans. I'm going to soak these black beans for another project that we're going to be working on, which will be the next freezer project. And that is freezing Santa Fe vegetables. It's going to be so much fun. But the first batch is prepared and I have them ready. And now the second batch is these. So I have to work ahead of time. I'm going to go ahead and soak these beans and have them all ready for the next video that we do. All right, I'll see you in a little while when the chicken is done. I'll show you the process through it, but what I like to do is some of the crock pot to freezer meals, because it's hands-free basically. I'm just putting in the crock pot. When it's cooked, then I can put it in the freezer. Some other videos, we're going to make calzones. We're going to be making some other food. That's more hands-on. But for the first time and for the beginners, we're going to use it the easy way. While I'm waiting for all that, I still have some tomatoes that were in the garden. I'm going to go ahead and process them because they became really ripe and I'm not going to eat them all up. What I'm going to do is cut them up with the skins and add some Italian seasoning. And then I probably will add that to future of my freezer cooking. So I'm just going to go ahead and take these, cut them up, put them in 1 quart bag, and then add the Italian seasoning to it in the bag. I like to add Italian seasonings or different seasonings to my vegetables when I freeze them. Now some of these are already not very nice because they were at the end of the season, which a lot of them were bruised to begin with. So I'm going to go ahead and go through them, and then we will cut these up, put them in the freezer bags, and then add them to future video freezer meals. Because I'm going to be cooking these down, I don't need to have them chopped fine, but I am just going to chop them like this so they get the flavor in them. And now I shredded up all this cheese, and we're going to use this for future meals as well. I like to do as much of my meal preps ahead of time. That way when it comes to actually making the meals, I don't have so much work to do. I got 4 pounds of this cheese for about close to $7. And that was a good deal. Now I'm just going to go ahead and put them in the quart bags. All right, the crock pot is amazing. It took about 4.5 hours, and it's the same as any crock pot, so it takes about 4.5 hours. It wasn't any slower and it wasn't any quicker. Absolutely love it. I'm going to go ahead and shred my chicken. All right, the chicken got finished. Now I'm going to take 2 forks and we're going to shred it up. I want to get it a lot shredder than this. Now it's really hot, so I'm going to have to let it cool off before I go ahead and put it in the freezer bags. Now, as you can see, there is some broth in here. I'm going to keep this broth because that would keep the meat from drying out into the freezer. Now I have my soaked beans that are cooked and they're done. And I'm going to go ahead and put them in a bowl. And then we will set up our freezer bags. I'm going to add 2 cups of chicken to each bag. And 1 cup of the black beans. And now for the fun part. This is the part I love the most, is assembling all of these freezer meals. Now all we're going to do is, I don't use the vacuum sealer anymore. I just take the air out by hand and it works great that way. And now we're just going to go ahead and make sure we seal everything. I really liked these bags. They were from Glad. I think they were Glad bags. And they stand up on their own, so that way you don't need the little holder. I guess there's a holder that you can buy to put your bags in. With these bags, you really don't need that. And look how pretty that looks. You can simply pull one of these out, throw them in the crock pot, and there you have a meal. This one was really fun to create. Actually, I'm having fun creating all of them. I cannot wait to show you all the different food that we are going to be making for in the freezer. And who doesn't like having a meal already made? And now for something very important, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to label everything. I found these freezer labels, and that way I know exactly what they are. I hope you were inspired today's video, and I cannot wait to share with you more freezer meals as the weeks progress. Take care, everyone. We'll see you guys on the next one. 4 meals that I didn't have before I started this. And this is going to be so handy. And this is one of the easiest freezer meals that you can start out with. Could you wait 1 minute before clicking off my video? I was wondering if there is another video that you would enjoy watching. I have a lot of them in the description box, and I hope that maybe you could watch one more video of mine. I do throw out a lot of content here on YouTube, and I know that most people don't even get to see half of the videos that I create. But if you watch another video of mine back to back, what happens is the algorithms will pick up on that. They will show my videos more to all of you, simply because I put so many out each week. Take care, everyone, and we'll see you guys on the next one. And yes, I'm finally learning to label everything, even put the date on, because I was awful at that in the past, but I'm getting better. Take care. We'll see you guys again. Remember, tomorrow, same time, same place, but a totally different video. Bye, everybody.